We are Erin and Amanda of Level Up Creators. I am our head of marketing, and Amanda Northcutt is our CEO. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to be talking about selling transformations today, and we are honored that we get to spend a few minutes of your day with us. And so, thank you. If you have questions at any point in time, please drop them in the chat, and we are happy to answer those. If you have not met us yet, we help founders, coaches, consultants build rock solid recurring revenue businesses. We do this through Level Up Creators, and this is our done for you hybrid program with the accelerator, but mostly, done for you, done with you, white glove consulting firm and MRR accelerator program. So thank you for joining us. All right, let's jump. Well, first, let's do an update on our accelerator programs because we have two running right now. Do you want to
Yeah.
give us like a 5-second update?
Yeah. Cohort one, again, I think I said last week or the week before, rounding third base here. We were working hard on wrapping up, online ecosystems and working through leads and speaking engagement applications and conference applications and doing lots of talks for other people's communities and collaboration. And it's been really, 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 really fun. I think I mentioned last week we are adding a sales team to the mix who is going to come on and sell on behalf of our clients. So that is really, really, really exciting and new and helpful because I love sales, but I understand and respect that not everyone feels that way. So our clients are ridiculously brilliant and extraordinarily capable. I mean, some of the most capable humans that there are. And, if your heart's not in it, it's not so fun to sell. Everyone can sell, but if that's not how you want to spend your time, we got you.
Yeah.
And in cohort two, we are like right kind of at the end of the first third of the accelerator, the plan phase. So everybody's business has been planned out and clarified really, really meticulously and validated. So we're moving forward with brand guides and beginning the sales process and marketing, and it's really fun.
Yeah, it is really fun. Speaking of sales, we tell our clients and we kind of help them work through this process that when they are on a sales call, a lot of time they whoever they're prospecting, so let's say their clients, may be using words that aren't describing what they actually need, but what they think that they need. So when you're on a sales call, how do you kind of spot this and how do you kind of decipher what the real problem behind what they're telling you is?
Yeah, because you have to know your customer better than they know themselves. You have to know what they need better than they know themselves. And you have to know how your services effectively deliver those. And what the terms that we use are value outcomes and transformations. And so those
Mhm.
three words have very specific definitions and meanings and kind of cover all of the bases in terms of the types of things that are going to be discussed in terms of what I want to get out of this engagement with you, amazing coach or
Mhm.
consultant.
Yeah. So when we are helping our clients kind of shift from, selling like a deliverable or something that they kind of provide to selling the actual transformation, what is a maybe something that you've experienced before without dropping anybody's name or just like a broad example of switching from selling a deliverable to actually selling a transformation?
Yeah. Yeah. That's like, I know there's a good analogy. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't get there. It's like selling, no, I can't get there. Can't do it this morning. It's like Monday all over again. Um, hmm.
Like
Yeah.
renovating.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We're not really delivering a business strategy in the MRR accelerator.
Mhm.
We are delivering a business foundation and design that will last. And the business strategy document, which is a deliverable that we as consultants handed to our clients. That's very
Mhm.
meta. We have a
Yeah.
type of business that we help build and run for our clients. It's not the business strategy in this like piece of paper that matters. It's the contents therein and what preceded and what follows, and that we can come back to this document on a quarterly and annual basis, and that we can use this document to help onboard employees and vendors and contractors so that everybody is on the same page. Because what we're selling through the accelerator is clarity. We
Yeah.
are selling extraordinary clarity. So our clients typically come to us. So we'll talk about the value bucket first. This is a qualitative bucket, and it's typically what your prospective customers say to you that they need. This is what they think that they need, right?
Yeah.
Or they're experiencing, or they're describing maybe the problems that they're experiencing too. Either one kind of fits into this very broad bucket, how your prospects talk to you about what's going on with them. And so the place that our prospective clients are usually in by the time they come and have a conversation with me is they have, like a baby coaching or consulting firm, and they've left their corporate job and they're extremely frustrated because they've run through their network. They're what we call a yes man, and they say like, oh yes, I can do that job for you, and therefore I will, whether it's squarely in their area of expertise, whether it's individual contributor work, whether it's low leverage, whether they're getting paid by the hour. Yes, 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 because they're desperate. And otherwise, they're like, man, I've been at this for a long time. This is so frustrating. Like, why isn't this working? I've hired a coach. I've bought a course. I've gone through a group coaching program. I've read all the books. Like, what the hell? I hear that a lot. Like, what is going on? Why isn't this working? So that's kind of the value that they need a business that actually works. Like, I need a business that works. I need to get off the freaking hamster wheel. This is not fun. I'm working twice as hard and making half as much, perhaps as I was in my corporate job. And that's a really crappy place to be. So first we acknowledge that really sucks.
Yeah.
The outcomes bucket. This is quantitative. This is where the MRR guarantee comes into play. This is when we talk about the full suite of KPIs that tracks the entire customer lifecycle, everything on your profit and loss statement, everything pertinent to your business. This is the measurable, definitive, hard number outcomes that we are going to help accomplish with our clients, or help our clients accomplish. So we know that we're adding at least $30,000 in monthly recurring revenue to their top line revenue. And we are going to work toward conversion rate optimization from first touch on the left side of the bow tie funnel through social media, wherever they find you, all the way through LTV maximization, because the boutique coaching and consulting firms that we build are based on expansion revenue and referrals. You can measure every single one of those things in absolute numbers and percentages. And then the transformation piece. This is where we get down to psychology. This idea is heavily influenced by Seth Godin, and he talks about foundational desires. We all have foundational desires, right? We have Maslow's hierarchy of needs that's been around for a long time that helps us understand kind of what we need at a baseline level. But beyond that, we need respect, right? We need confidence. We need to know that we're dependable and reliable and responsible, and ultimately want to be seen, heard, known, understood, loved, and cared for. And I mean, deeply known, emphasis on that. And so we're always speaking to kind of the whole person, both when I am vetting people for the accelerator and as we're coaching our clients as they're vetting clients to receive their services. And we got to understand what that human needs. And oftentimes it is respect from their colleagues and their boss. We want to help them, hit their bonus, want to help them get a promotion, or maybe they're trying to get a new job. Maybe they've made a mistake recently and they need to make up for it. So everything kind of comes back to like, what is the deep seated desire that is, maybe this prospect is revealing to me and maybe they're not, but I need to ask skillful questions and understand people on, a deep level, especially my specific customers. Again, we have extraordinary clarity around ideal customer profiles. And also therefore every possible thing that could be said about value outcomes and transformation as it pertains to like bridging the gap between where the prospect is when you meet them and then where they need to go as a result of their work with you.
Yeah. So when you are in a sales conversation and you're trying to decipher like somebody, like let's say you're in a sales conversation and they're like, my calendar is just out of hand. Like I just can't get a grip on my calendar. And like really it's because you need to go through your life and like delegate tasks and like move things off or automate things. How do you prepare beforehand for having that conversation real time on a sales call?
Like, how do you get ready to deliver hard truths to your prospects? Is that what you mean?
Or just have the resources ready to go. 'Cause it's like, you probably do know, like a lot of the people that you work with probably do need this. We have like a little framework of like delegate, automate, or delete, move it off your plate, whatever. So like we know that this is a common thing that our ICP goes through. How do you prepare ahead of time to have like that almost like emotionally charged conversation on a sales
Mm,
call?
mm. I mean, I feel like to do this really, really well, you have to have a very, very high emotional intelligence or emotional quotient, whichever of those you prefer. And again, it comes down to clarity and depth of understanding about who you are as a consultant or coach and what you have to offer, what your unique blend of experience and your area of passion, expertise brings to the table. So you have to know who your prospect is, who your ICP is. They shouldn't be your prospect if they're not your ICP, just real quick to be clear. And at what point in their professional life cycle they are more likely to come to you because they're experiencing these very, very painful problems. I talk about like the knife is in, it's turned, they're bleeding out. They need to be saved. This is not the opportunity to take vitamin C. This is like we need stitches or staples. Okay. So you go into that conversation knowing you know how they feel because in the MRR Accelerator, we're doing voice of customer research, we're doing interviews, we're doing surveys, we're looking at social media comments. And so we know who we're on the phone with, what they're experiencing, and all the different ways that they talk about um, what's going on, what's going wrong, really, and what they need and how they need it fixed.
Yeah.
So we have prepared on the back end for if this, then this. Like there's a lot of decision tree and logic that happens in like a live selling conversation. And so it is the preparation beforehand and really just through the clarity and the accelerator and the coaching that I do and we do with our clients that will help prepare you for those moments. And then our clients are incredible. They do have very high EQs and we're listening, right? We're not in a selling conversation. We're not waiting to say the gotcha thing or the next thing. Shut up, listen, absorb, ask, be curious. Yes, be confident. Don't be a doormat or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. And like you're still leading the conversation. We have very specific frameworks and methodologies internally that we teach our clients and how to do this very skillfully. But just show up and be a human. A selling conversation is a lot less intimidating if you think about it as a matchmaking opportunity. And if there's a match to be made, you just take the next step. That's it. And it's a mutually agreed, next step. And if it's not for either of you, for whatever reason, don't take it personally. Be grateful because if you've got like a client who's not the right fit, they may be a delightful person, but they're not the right fit for what you are bringing to the table. You're creating a problem because your reputation is your currency and word gets around, right? Everything's on the internet. And so if you're building a business that is dependent upon expansion, revenue, and referrals, and you have the wrong clients in your client roster, you are headed for trouble. So it's the clarity way, earlier on in the first third of the accelerator and through the administration of the MRR method and the, 5 major questions that we bring clarity to throughout the course of the program will set you up for success long-term. And then it's having that like advisor and team of advisors. I mean, it's full fractional, crazy team. Our team brings over 100 years of experience to the table at this point in like every area of business. And so that's pretty freaking cool to have that in your back pocket. So it's all about preparation and clarity and matchmaking. You're not tricking anyone. You're not pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. You're looking for best fit clients because you know what they need and you know what you can do and what you also cannot do. So set yourself up for success by getting clarity on the front end. And that will make sales conversations, again, inherently so much simpler and easier and less guarded because you know what you're doing. You actually know what you're doing.
Yeah. If somebody is watching this and they're thinking, my clients don't buy outcomes, they buy my time, how would you respond to that mindset?
Don't sell your time. And we're talking about people who are our clients are typically late 30s, through mid 50s. And obviously there's some variation in that, but they know their shit. They know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about. And that's a big part of this is the calm confidence that comes with being an actual expert and then having clarity on these other areas of business. And so Honestly, I completely forgot the question that you asked me and totally went off on a tangent. I know like my next meeting's about to start and I'm watching the clock. So guide me back, Erin. Bring me
I was
back
saying,
in.
what would you say to somebody, like, what would you say to the mindset of like, people don't buy
That's it.
outcomes, they buy my time?
Oh, yeah. I don't think we can unpack that in the 90 seconds that we have. But
Don't do
we
that.
we work stop it. We work really, really hard to decouple your time
Yeah.
from your money because
Mhm.
you cannot build wealth, much less generational wealth, if you are charging by the hour.
Yeah.
Unless you're charging $1,000 an hour or something like that. But I mean, even that is a low leverage activity.
Yeah. The truth is you're undervaluing yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a hard truth to hear,
Yeah.
but it's the truth. But thank you so much for joining us. We hope this has been really, really beneficial to you. Let us know your thoughts. If you have any more questions, feel free to DM Amanda or drop a comment, and we will get back to those the next time that we live stream. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Have a great day.
Thank you.